I have segregated the key indicators for universities, autonomous institution, affiliated institutions like that. So in this session, I am sure that you will be gaining some knowledge related to this criteria 3. And to be frank, whatever I have gained so far, I am sharing my experience. If it is wrong, means please convey that. Initially itself, I'm asking sorry if anything if I am mentioning wrong. So this is the NAAC accreditation process. The professors who have joined, I think all are having some knowledge related to NAAC. So initially, the higher education institution has to register. After that, we have to enter the IAQA, that is the institution related quality assurance content. There will be some questionnaire. We have to give some answers. Based on that, they will accept. Otherwise, they will reject if they are not satisfied with what we are having, what we have given. So with this respect, if it is accepted, again, there is two divisions with the triple service, that is student satisfaction survey, with the related to quantitative as well as the DBV process, data verification as well as validation. Then after that, a pre-qualification we are entering. And once it is the pre-qualification is passed, the P team will be visiting and they will be checking both the QNM as well as the QLM. So based on that, they will be giving some marks and the CGPA will be calculated and the results will be declared. So this is a straightway process, and in between that, we can go for appeal or something like that. Several re-accreditation, reassessment process is also there. I'm mentioning all these things. So coming to our criteria three is research, innovation, as well as extension. So here we are having 7 key indicators starting from 3.1 to 3.7. As I mentioned earlier, I have divided the key indicators for each and every categories. I have taken universities, autonomous colleges, affiliated colleges UG, as well as affiliated colleges PG. I have not included the other stream of education background here because to be very precise, within this 1 hour, I could comfortably complete only these topics. So I have taken only these topics. And coming to this, and I have to inform you, you can see few things are not applicable for a few institutions. That too for this affiliated institutions, 3.1 is not applicable as well as 3.5 is not applicable. So we are not much worried about these two components. So I have segregated and I have displayed each and everything. So even though we are speaking about 3.1, 3.1 contains some content which is belonging to universities as well as autonomous colleges, but there may be some variations depending upon the key indicator. So coming to the first key indicator, I have mentioned clearly in two different colors, and I have given the boxes on the top, which is suitable for universities and suitable for autonomous institution for the clear picturization as well as clear understanding. So in the 3.1 promotion of research and facilities, it includes qualitative metrics as well as quantitative metrics, QLM as well as QNM, I have mentioned here. Coming to the university, the institution, that is the university must have a clear research policy, and it has to provide the seed money to the faculty members as well as the researchers who are interested. And what are the fellowships that are taken over by the faculty? How many research fellows enrolled? What are the facilities, especially for the research, that are available in that university? And the number of departments which are recognized at national level, otherwise international level. So that contains in the 3.1 category, which is coming under universities. Coming to the autonomous institution, it is modified. The title is, that is the key indicator is same, but we know very well university means it is having a vast content. So for an autonomous institution, the institution must also have their own research policy because they are working as an autonomous institution. So they must have. And the seed money by the institution for the research. It may be for the faculty or for the students, research scholars, something else, and also faculty fellowships. These three components only we are going to include in autonomous institutions. We are not considering about other contents. As I mentioned earlier itself, this 3.1 promotion of research and facilities is not suitable for the affiliated institutions, both UG as well as PG. So this 3.1 is different for them, research mobilization for research. So how they are mobilizing their research resources which are suitable for research. So here also I have mentioned clearly about the affiliated institution UG as well as PG. Coming to the UG, how many research projects received and number of departments having research projects, the number of seminar, conference, workshop organized by the institution, all contents exclusively concentrating on the quantitative metrics. Then coming to the PG institutions, what are the grants received from government, non-governmental agencies or endowment fund during this period of year, and the number of teachers recognized as research guide as it is for PG institution, and the number of departments having research projects funded by government as well as non-government. So these components covers 3.1 for both affiliated UG as well as PG institution. So why we have to go for research? So whether it is only for the course of institution we are doing, no. Research, definitely it is for knowledge advancement. We people being in as a faculty, we know the difference between the degree level. If we are in the PG level, what is the thing? If we are moving to the next level, that is after completing our doctorate, how our knowledge is there. So that represents clearly the outcome of research. And also we can excel in academic. The critical thinking as well as the problem solving mechanisms are well developed once we are completing our research in 3 years or 5 years, whatever the time. And also we are very familiar to learn new things, the procedures, the process. So that in that manner we are very well versed, and it develops our skills, interdisciplinary collaboration, how we can apply our own idea with some other domains. So automatically there will be growth of intellectuals. We will be training our students as well as our research scholars in the same mode. So in the developing competition, we will be trying to progress in a different manner by projecting new ideas, going for patents, and ultimately this will create good career opportunities in the national level as well as international level. So for these reasons, we have to go beyond the research. That is always there must be some chasing, something we have to search for that. So here comes the research. What are the problems we are facing as a faculty or the institution is facing when we are trying for any research activity? First time is the time as well as fund constraint. It varies from institution to institution. It varies from faculty to faculty. It depends upon their personal aspects, their fund constraints, their financial constraints, everything. And also resource shortage. If our institution is not fulfilling the resources, definitely it is not possible for us to carry out our research activities. And ethical issues. Here comes a big problem when we are going for interdisciplinary or combining with people with some other institution also. These things will be happen. And interdisciplinary collaboration. So we must have some domain knowledge of that discipline also, so that we could collaborate. The same thing we have to expect from the other side also. So for undergraduate level, this is very difficult. If it is arts and science level, means the duration of the course is itself 3 years. Within the 3 years, it is very difficult to get some research activities from the students. If it is somewhat engineering institution, means we can try to get some research from the undergraduate level. Then mentorship and training. So in order to mentor the students as well as in order to train the students, we must be efficient with the research activities, the research, and all these things. So the update of knowledge is required by the faculty in order to concentrate on this research activity to train the students, everything. So these are the few problems that are faced in research activity. Okay, how to develop the research growth within the culture. So we have to allocate sufficient resources, encourage faculty development, how they will develop. So we are specifying some constraints. So these are the activities. Whenever any appraisal is going on, they will be asking for paper publication, that is indexing, impact factor, what is the publisher, everything. There's so many constraints they have given. They can give some encouragement in terms of incentives or some recognition so that it will be a motivation for the faculty to do these activities, and also clear research policies, what happens, what will be the next, in what level a faculty will be there, and organize research events continuously. We can encourage the faculty, or we can make a schedule combining two or more faculties joining as a group to do some research activities, that is research events, and the support for grant applications. So several grants are listed every month or in a stipulated period. That grants and all we can try to apply. And with the long term vision, we have to travel. So initially we have completed our doctorate. Okay, what's next? How we can utilize this particular research towards the next level or towards the future? What is it? So if we are having such plans, definitely we can develop our research culture. So what are the efforts we can do for developing our research culture? The publication. So this is the main thing, uh, for how to do this publication. For undergraduate students, in our experience, what we are doing is we are trying our students at least to publish a review paper or survey paper, something like that. So definitely it will be enhancing their knowledge as well as our side. So we can also join hands with the students to move to the next level. Major and minor research projects we can apply, and MOUs with the organization, both industries as well as several incubation centers are there. They are also ready to join hands with the institutions like us. Community engagement like this. This can also, we can say it as a community engagement, because we are having a platform to share our knowledge, to have an introduction about each other, and research entrepreneurship. So these are the things where we can develop research culture. Research funding. So funding, we cannot expect all the research funding from the organization or from the institution itself. It is highly difficult. Various sources we can collect our funds from: government agencies, private foundations, academic institutions, corporate and even international organizations are also ready to support for novel ideas, innovative ideas. So it is not only, we can say that it is very difficult to find fund. Yes, of course, the competition is too heavy, and they are checking for publications, quality publications, high impact factor. What is because nowadays within a single click we can identify what is the research background of a particular person. They are asking for Scopus ID or something else. With that, it is very easy for each and everyone. What is their thing? We cannot uh, give fake data that it is not, that someone has published and I am also included in that. So this is the thing. So based on this funding constraints only, we are moving to the next level. So for that, we have to develop ourselves and we can move for this funding contents. So I have listed the funding agencies which are within country as well as abroad. So these are some of the organizations who are repeatedly, who are ready to promote research activities in both science and technology as well as social sciences also I have mentioned. And these are the funding institutions, NGOs as well as trust, who are ready to fund for new innovations for people from industry side as well as people from academic side. So these are international funding organizations. They are also trying to collaborate with the academic institutions as well as research institutes in order to join hands with them for developing a new product or a new theme or new theory, whatever it may be. So then again, one more fund we can have, that is endowment fund. So this can be an financial asset. It will be in terms of money. So that money can be collected from certain community. Otherwise, we can say it is from our alumni or some other persons who is belonging to our institution. That can be kept in an for faculty who are having some financial crisis or some support. We can provide that, and also for some other activities with related to students as well as faculty, we can use it. But what is the thing is, we there must be a clear written agreement, so specifying what the source of the amount and how it is to be spent. So nowadays we cannot simply give the amount like that. So everything has to be recorded clearly. So coming through the 3.2, so we have seen how we can collect fundings from different institutions. So how we can mobilize. So this 3.2 already we have used this key indicator for the affiliated institutions, both UG as well as PG. Now that is coming under 3.2 key indicator for universities as well as autonomous. So coming to the university, what are the grants received from government and non-government institutions or international bodies? What are the projects received? It is also clear enough. Number of research projects received from government and non-government bodies. For autonomous institutions, there is some changes in the questions. They are asking about grants received from government and non-government agencies, which in terms of research projects as well as endowments and other chars. And number of teachers having research projects, number of teachers recognized as research guides as it is an institution, that is a college. Number of research projects received from government and non-government bodies. It is completely about research. Then 3.2, this is for affiliated institutions, research publications and awards. Here they will be concentrating about papers published. Uh, Number of papers published per teacher in journals mentioned in UGC website. We know very well where we can search that. And also number of books and chapters in edited volumes, international conference proceedings per teacher during the year. We are not asking the entire content, because in criteria 2 we will be giving the list of faculty who are working, so it has to match. So that's why they have mentioned clearly proceedings per teacher. So 3.2 for PG institution, it is innovation ecosystem. The institution has created an ecosystem for innovation, and what are the initiatives they had taken to transfer the knowledge that we have to maintain, and the number of workshop seminars that has been organized in terms of research methodology, IPR, entrepreneurship. This is for the PG institution. Coming to 3.3, next key indicator with respect to innovation ecosystem for universities. So whether the institution has an ecosystem to develop, that is the knowledge transfer. I am having an idea. I have to transfer this idea into a patent, or through some to do some research activities. Then only it will be acknowledged that this knowledge is owned by this so and so person. For that reasons, we must know how to convert our knowledge into product, or how to get the copyright. For that only they are asking number of workshops or seminars conducted with related to this activities, and also number of awards and recognition received especially for research or innovations by the institution, teachers or scholars, students, particularly within this academic period. And for autonomous institution, same thing, what is the ecosystem developed by the institution, and number of workshops and seminars conducted with respect to research methodology and IPR. 3.3 is extension activity for affiliated institutions. Extension activity with the neighborhood community. So we have to identify what is the common problem the neighborhood community is facing, how we can develop that. So that we have to give it as a write-up, and a number of awards and recognition for extension activity that we can give in quantitative metric, and number of extension outreach program conducted by the institution through NSS, NCC or government. So here we can identify the difference 3.1 as well as 3.3. So here they have clearly mentioned NSS, NCC. So there may be a question, what about this extension activity, identifying the social issues? I think almost all the institutions will be having the scheme Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. They will be giving some few villages that could be adapted by the institution. So for that in adapted villages, we can go and we can identify their problems. We can educate them, or we can do some training activities that comes under 3.1 in the extension activities. So in order to develop the social welfare and societal contributed activities among the students, we are involving students in a wide range that has to be included. So coming to this innovation ecosystem, so almost all the institutions are nowadays having more number of centers as well as clubs. Innovation center, incubation center. Innovation center, it clearly focuses on the startup. It is completely a dedicated center for startups. And incubation center, here the organization, it provides resources, mentorship, and everything for developing small startups. Then intellectual property rights center, IIIC, well-defined research policy, supporting students for research activities. As I told, knowledge transfer with the support of industry. We are having an idea and it could be promoted through the industry as a product or as an application, whatever it may be. So 3.3 is research publication and awards for the PG institution. So number of PhDs registered as per eligible teacher. So what are the list of guides or the number of guides for each department we have collected earlier. So based on that, we have to give this list. A number of research papers per teacher in the UGC listed journals. A number of books or chapters or conference proceedings per teacher. So 3.4 research publications and awards with respect to universities. So we have to mention the code of ethics for research. So how we are specifying our novelty. So what is the code of ethics we are following in the university? How we can specify. So there we have to give a write-up mentioning all this. And next thing is the institution provides incentives to teachers who receive state, national recognitions or award. So already they are recognized either national in the state level, national level, or international level. For those people, whether the institution is giving any recognition, that is we have to mention here. A number of patents published or awarded during the year, number of PhDs awarded, number of research papers as listed in the UGC website, number of books and chapters, e-content developed by the teachers, and the bibliometrics of publications, the average citation index in Scopus, Web of Science, PubMed, etc. And we have to mention about the H index. So compared to NIRF, what is the difference between the SNAC data is NIRF is not concentrating on UGC journals. They are only focusing on Scopus as well as Web of Science indexed journals. They are not concentrating on UGC. That also we have to be clear. And for 3.4, this is research publication awards with respect to autonomous institution. They all must also have some code of ethics that write up, and followed by that number of PhD candidates registered as per teacher. So already we have given the list of supervisors for them. The number of research papers per teacher as per the listed journals in the UGC care. The number of books and chapters in edited volumes. Then what are the citation, average citation, as well as the H index. So what is an impact factor? Because we have to calculate all this and we have to update, because as it asked us, Vietnam. So I have given one example also here how to calculate the impact factor. For example, we are publishing our article in a journal. We will be checking the impact factor. Some will be having high impact factor, some will be having low impact. How they are calculated? So the quizzes calculation will be taken in a 2-year period. So what is the thing is we have to take. Um, I have given the example. You can see the last 3 points. A is equal to the number of times the article is published in the year 2008 and 2009. Because here we are going to calculate the impact factor of the year 2010. So previous 2 years we are going to take, and we have to identify the total number of citable elements. So how many papers have been cited in the year 2008 and 2009? So this is the impact factor of that particular journal in 2010. So immediately we cannot identify, or there will not be any change in the journal. So based on the 2 years data, they will be changing. For this 2010, there will be n number of journals, but it will not reflect in the impact factor immediately. It will be reflected in the impact factor in the next year, because previous 2 years we will be taking. So automatically there will be a change in the impact factor after a few period only. So it will not be done immediately. So this is about the impact factor. Coming to the H index, H is for his or her, for the individual index. So this impact factor is for the journal, H index is for the individual. So we have to calculate the H index based on how the author papers are cited. So for that also I have given an example in the third point. You can see, for if a person is having H index of 17, it means at least 17 paper was published by that person, and each paper is cited at least 17 times. Then only we will be getting H index as 17. Normally, uh, uh, we people will be having H index 1 or H index 2, 3, something like that. So why this is, why this much low content we are getting is the citation is reflected here. So how many times? If you are having 20 papers, then automatically there is a high expectation from your side that at least 20 times it has to be cited. Then only we will be getting H index as 20. So this is the calculation for H index. I10 is an index that is given by Google Scholar. So the number of publication with at least 10 citations means it is common. Not each and every article has to be cited at least 10 times. It is a common content. So far with that, this I10 calculation is done. So coming to the next key indicator, collaboration for affiliated UG institution. The institution can have several collaboration link with the related to faculty exchange, student exchange, internship, then field trip, job research, etc. So that we have to mention here. And also next point is number of functional MOUs with respect to national, international institutions, universities, research institutes, etc., etc. So this we have to enter. So for 3.4, it is extension activity for PG institutions. So extension activity, as I told, carried out in the neighborhood community, identifying the societal problem and solving it, trying to solve it. And 3.4.2 is number of awards and recognitions for related with that extension activities. Previously, we have seen some award and recognition that is for research activities. Here it is for extension activities. Then 3.4.3 is the activities that are carried out with respect to NSS, NCC, and other government recognized bodies like Lions Club, Rotary Club, some other bodies are there. So with the support of them, the number of students participating in extension activities. So 3.5 is consultancy. So consultancy, university level, they must have some policy how we are going to make the revenue and what we are going to do with that revenue, how the flow will be there. So that is the first thing with respect to university. And what is the revenue generated from consultancy and corporate training during the year. So with respect to autonomous institution, they are concentrating about the revenue generated and also what is the total amount spent on developing facilities for training teachers or staff for undertaking consultancy to, because as we are offered as consultant means we must have that knowledge. In order to gain that knowledge, we have to train the people to make ourselves revenue oriented. 3.5 is collaboration for affiliated institution. We have to give the collaborative activities for research, faculty exchange, and a number of functional MOUs with institutions, other industries, as well as research content. So 3.6, extension activities for both autonomous as well as universities. Here, the same thing, we have to give a write-up about the extension activities, what we have done in with respect to the neighborhood community, in identifying the societal problems, how we have solved during the year. And the next 3.6.2 is number of awards received by the institution and teachers with respect to extension activity. 6.3 is the programs that are organized by NSS, NCC, and other government bodies. And how many students have participated in the extension activity? That details we have to see given 3.6.4. So 3.7 is collaboration. So what are the collaborative activities with other institutions with respect to research we can do? So that collaborative activities we have to mention. For example, if we are publishing a paper with some of your friends or um, who are working in other institutions, that can also be considered to be as collaborative activities because it is coming in the research activity. And also academic development. So faculty exchange program or something like that. We are sending our students for internship. That and all we can consider it as collaborative activities. The number of functional MOUs, but whether you have any written document with in having an understanding with the other institutions, industries for student internship project or even for placement. Same thing for the autonomous institution, the collaborative activities we have to specify and also the functional MOUs. They are very clear, only functional MOUs with ongoing activities because we will be having we might have signed a MOU 10 years back or 15 years back. In all the MOUs, they will be specifying some validity period and it has to be worked based on that. And even though validity period is also mentioned, it is very difficult to follow it and make it as functional MOUs. So they are very clear. We want only functional MOUs with the institution. So in the repeated next criteria and all, they will be asking how we have related this number of activities with this MOUs. And coming to extension activities, what are the things that can be given as extension activity? So blood detection camp, campus cleaning, village adoption, and orientation camp, NCC, soft skill development, competitive examination and study center, NSS, they can do their own activities and visit to rehabilitation centers, old age homes, orphanages, etc. This can be given under extension activities. So what are the benefits of extension activities? Why the students count is asked whenever we are going for this criteria. We have seen they are very specific about how many students have participated in the extension activity. So it will create a sense of social responsibility among the students. They can identify what are the problems of the society because they are the future of the country. So we have to inject the social responsibility among the students. So automatically they will be engaging in the social service. They will know how much dignity we have to be. So the pain of the labor and how people are suffering for their regular activities also that could be identified. And it also try to create some sensitivity towards human rights. Why these people are suffering? We are somewhat better. What we can do to bring out these people to our level? So we can link our academic learning with the societal problem solving by educating them, or we can take some problem from the activities or from the neighborhood society. We can provide some solutions with our knowledge what we have gained with the support of the academics. And also we can sense the real world problem outside the classroom. Within an institution, within a campus, our environment is different, but outside the environment is different. And also it develops skill sets. So the younger generations, they will be having different innovative ideas in order to develop their kind of knowledge. So that is the thing that we can do here. So coming to collaborations, what are the things that we are required for collaborations? Because they have asked many components related to collaborations, whether we have to submit all the copies. Yes, what are the documents needed? I have mentioned here. We have to give the copies of the MOUs or collaborations related documents that indicates the nature of collaboration and activities specifically year wise, and also the list of activities what are happened throughout the contents throughout the year with the support of this MOU. Or even for example, we have taken some membership from the professional bodies also. They will be giving some limited period of validity. Within that period, how many activities have been conducted to make that professional membership live. So for that we require some documents. And also they have given some instructions for the higher education, so that should be valid for the assessment period. So if the MOU which was signed is uh, expired 2 years back itself, we cannot show the same MOU, or we must not include the same MOU for this academic year also. And the collaboration of activities, that collaboration in the sense, it is very clear there is no money is involved. Faculty exchange, our faculty are going there, their faculty will be coming here. So this is the thing what is happening. We are just trying to gain some knowledge, sharing the knowledge. But apart from this, there is no means of money transfer is many movement will be conducted. And also the functionality of the MOU must be good during the assessment period. If, for example, if the MOU is for 3 years, then it will be counted for only once. We cannot specify for each year only one time, one time, one time. I'm having MOU for 5 years means for each year we cannot give one. So this year I have signed, or for let us consider for the 22-23, we have signed 2 MOUs. For each MOU with the duration of 5 years means we can show the MOU in 22-23, but it is not necessary to show it up to the expiry date, that is up to the 5 years. So that is what mentioned here. And at least one activity in the name of that MOU. We have signed that MOU, that is for one record, and followed by that, what is the outcome of that MOU? For that reasons, we have to conduct at least one activity during the assessment period. So for each academic year, we have to plan on activity. So which must not be included. So collaborations with the sister institutions under the same trust. If this trust name is different, even though it is coming under same management, we can go for that. But if it is coming under the same trust, kindly avoid that. And also certificates issued by external agencies um, for internship or something else, that cannot be considered to be as the collaboration. For example, we are participating in several events. They are giving some certificates. It doesn't means that we are collaborated. So we are paying some registration fees, or some online activities is also going on, that we cannot mention it as collaborative activities. And again, they are saying MOUs also, even collaborations, That is also could not be done. MOUs also must not be within the same trust, otherwise sister institutions has to be avoided. So what are the benefits of NAAC for the institution? So why we have to rush up for the accreditation, ranking, etc., etc. Why we are having a pressure on taking pressure on ourselves? So it will be boost our credibility. So the grade speaks more. As we know, brand speaks more. Here also, it gives a brand image to the institution. That's why we are running towards it. It motivates the faculty. So definitely, when we are moving to the next institution, if it is a self-financing institution, there will be a question: you are from which institution? Automatically, it is attracted to the interviewer or also, so that the quality of the institution is high or quality of the institution is medium based on the ranking of the NAC, because it is the rank is given to the institution, not for the individual. And when we are going for NAC, automatically the quality of the institution will be also grown. Everything will be systemized, so there will not be any problem. Industry tie-up, there will be communication between the industry and the academia. So the real-time environment of the industry we can feel and we can collaborate. It will leads to lifelong learning. A recognition globally can be happened there. We will have the autonomy to define few things, and we can enjoy the benefits of with respect to NAC and funding opportunities. So some funding opportunities or some funds funding institutions are very specific, that for this grade or points, this CGPA 3.4 or 3.5 and above, only those institutions are eligible for this funding itself. So there also this NAC accreditation plays an important role. Alumni network. So at least for the sake of NAC, we will try to build a healthy network with our alumni. So as they are the brand ambassadors of the institution, wherever they are go, definitely they will speak about the institution where I have studied. This is our institution. For that, the alumni network will be strong enough to develop the institution, and it will be attracted by the students also. Word of mouth, and automatically, as we are going on conducting some events with respect to the MOUs, so many collaborations, these are coming under the research and extension activities. We are moving to the nearby village, so automatically the students get attracted to the institution. So it will be developing develop the growth of the institutions and also the faculty growth. So these are the references from where I have taken all these contents, what I have explained. So all the contents are all the key indicators, what I have listed here. It is from the NAAC website only. That is the latest assessment and accreditation content. So definitely, I am very sure there will not be anything wrong. So I have taken with clear understanding, and after several analysis, I have taken that. And for the other things related to funding agencies or collaborations, extension activities, I have referred some other websites, some other articles also. Few I have listed here for your references. So thank you very much for your patience. I think